Hello, everyone. Hello, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Okay, I hope you've been having a nice session. How has the sessions been? We've definitely been engaging different sessions since morning. So I hope the BWHR Fifth Annual Networking Conference has been of great value to everyone here. Amazing. All right, so let's remember that we have the chat box. You could always put in your chats. I would like us to put in some chats so that I know I have people already in this session. There's also the Q&A session where you could ask your questions. All right, and we could just have it going in that way. All right, so for today, for this session, I have an amazing speaker here with me. All right, I'm very, very passionate about this session, and so this speaker happens to be my mentor. All right, BWHR is a very extensive platform whereby it gives you mentorship. So this the speaker here was my mentor, is still my mentor. Yes, and it was a very phenomenal time with him while he was mentoring me in my HR journey. So today he has an amazing topic for us today. So it's HR to business partners, the future code for HR relevance. And I'll just be reading his bio to us very quickly. All right. So Paul Oyewusi is the founder and managing director of Poma Points Limited, where he helps businesses achieve operational excellence through management consulting, executive coaching, and talent development. With deep expertise in organizational strategy, leadership, and human capital optimization, he has guided companies across sectors in building agile and high-performing teams. All right. He is a certified HR professional and also a management consultant and executive coach. Paul blends global best practice with insights from the African business landscape. He is a full-time author, a sought-after advisor, and currently pursuing an executive MBA at Rome Business School. Beyond business, he co-leads the Paul Oyewusi Foundation, advancing inclusion and skill development in Nigeria. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to welcome on stage Paul Oyewusi. I would like some energy in the room. Can we, put in the chat box telling
Okay.
Paul you're welcome, you're welcome, you're
All right.
welcome.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you so
much.
much,
Thank
Paul.
you. Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Yes, 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 clearly,
Okay,
please.
great. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. I see we have 15 on the call. I still expect more persons to join in. My name is Paulo Yewusi, and thank you very much, Boluwatife. Boluwatife is my very good friend. She was my mentee, like she rightly said, and it's a joy to be a mentor. And that happened through the Black Woman in HR platform. And I'm happy that she has enjoyed so much success from that mentorship. And I believe there are many persons as well that have that have gone through the mentorship session and also um, enjoyed the benefit of the mentorship. So please, when next Black manager is calling for mentorship, please do well to register, do well to be a part, because regardless of where you are in your career, you always need a mentor. All right, we never know it all. We are always going to be needing a mentor. All right. So very quickly, I'll be taking us through um, this particular concept, HR to business partners. All right. We know that before now, the HR journey has been that of improvement. From personnel manager down to HR. Then you start hearing things like people manager, and that's because we are in the era where things are changing, and then you now need to um, move with the times. You need to move with the times. I know someone who is practicing human resources, very very close to me. The person had to come for a coaching session, I think about 3 years ago, and this person has been in one position for close to 10 years. All right, she struggles to align with the times. She tells me that, oh, our line manager does not listen to her when she gives suggestions to the management. They don't take her suggestions. They feel like what she's suggesting is not great and all that. And from my conversation with her, I got to find out that in her practice, she's still living in the past. She's still trying to get things done the way it used to be done. She's in the oil and gas space, all right. And if you know the oil and gas space very well, things can be, if care is not taken, if your company is not evolving, you can be stuck in how things used to be done, all right, especially in the part of the world. But today, after this session, I want you to know that you will never remain the same. You will see HR in a different light. You will see HR in a particular definition. For some of us, we have understanding of this thing we're talking about, but it's more like a refresher for you. And for some person, this will be your first time. However level you are, I want you to have an open mind, ensure that you learn and then you take something very relevant to apply to what you do as a human resource professional. All right. So I've been into human resources, currently human resource business partner and consultant. I consult for different company. I consult for um, multinationals. I've had my hands dirty in trying to build new structures for businesses, try to advise leadership on how things should be done. And I know that some persons struggle to do that. You give your management a kind of advice and they don't take it. You suggest things to them and then they feel what you are suggesting doesn't make any sense. But while they see things in a different light, you are seeing things in another light. Now, what am I trying to say? The, the reason why some leaders in quotes or some management member or your CEO would not take the advice that you are giving them is because they are not seeing things the way you are seeing it. And you as well are not seeing things the way they are seeing it. So there is need for you to see things the way your manager or the CEO or the business owner see things. HR has, I have a poll. Please, I would like to, I'd like you to take the poll. Let me put it on stage. Let me know if you can see the poll. Can you see the poll? Okay, great. Please, I would like you to all take the poll. Just a very quick one. I can see two persons taking it already. All right, just quickly take the poll if you're on the call, and then we'll take it from there. All right, it's just asking you on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate your current HR effectiveness? HR functions effectiveness. Are you strategic, proactive? Are you transactional? This is not a judgmental poll. It's just for us to be very to see where we are going from here. And I'm not in anybody's name. I'm not publishing anything. It's just for us to see. All right. So I'd like us to be as honest as possible. If you're administrative, that means you are going about the regular print this document, send that email. That's more of what you do. All right. And if you're transactional, that means you are going about the day-to-day HR activity. Do you get my point? Day-to-day recruitment, payroll management, that's transactional. All right. Why strategic means that you are now more on the business angle. All right. All right. I can see 7 votes. Okay. Okay. I think we can move on from here. Great. So from my poll here, I see 57.14% says they are transactional, and I see 42.86% says that they are on the strategic part and the proactive part, which is amazing. Which is amazing. So I'm closing the poll now so that we can go on with our session. Thank you very much for taking that. All right. So back to our slide. Now you will understand, you will agree with me that a number of persons who may not be on this call are still in the administrative level while you get things done. Maybe you are at the entry level of your career, while you move to the strategic transactional part, and then now some persons are now more on the strategic part. But if you want to succeed, if you want to thrive as a human resource professional, you must move from administrative and transactional to strategic and proactive. Many founders that I've worked with, when they hear the word HR, they are quick to say, I beg, HR is just I don't want to hear anything about HR. HR is just a low-level task and all that. That is their mindset about it, because Many persons they've hired in the past don't contribute anything meaningful to the business in their opinion. Whether they are moving heaven and earth to get things done, they don't believe that they are adding value to the business. And so today we want to look at how HR can sit at the forefront of shaping the workforce, shaping the organization, and contributing immense value, all right, to the workforce. All right, so at the end of this session, I will ensure that we understand that why HR must shift from operations to business partnership. All right, you must start seeing yourself as a business partner beyond just, oh, I'm into human resource. You must start being a business partner. You learn how to make HR decisions that are business minded and data driven, and that's what we are going to. Your decisions must be business minded and data driven, and then you build persuasive business cases to link people interventions to the bottom line. All right, and we have a case study to also go through, so I will share the case study with us very quickly, and then we can look at it together. All right, so you will agree with me that HR for some persons is still in the operational level. Some persons are stuck in operations. All right, HR most time is seen as transactional. You know, the payroll, the compliance, hiring, logistics. Oh, somebody need a laptop, you are getting their laptop for them, which are, these things are very great, but we must see beyond just what anybody else can do. All right, in fact, the world is now growing, the world is now evolving, that there are things that even AI can do, there are things that robots can do, there are things that you don't need an HR person to come and do. If you can station an HR related robot, an HR related AI to do, but there is something that you can do that cannot be done by AI, that cannot be done by robot to the best of the ability that you can bring to the table. So now, as a human resource business concerned professional, you must move from being transactional to being strategic. The fact that many people are still on the transactional level or administrative level, it limits our influence. It limits the influence of HR at the executive table. And you know, they give you budget, you're not able to even use the budget to the fullest ability. You don't even understand the budget, you don't understand financial languages, you find it very difficult. All right, many people come into HR because they don't want to have anything to do with finance, anything to do with calculation, because they feel HR is just about, oh, I'm a people person. HR is, yes, a people person, but it is also there to solve strategic problems. And that is how you must start seeing yourself going forward. You are a strategic thinker, you are a business leader, and you are here to solve problems. So why change matters? Why change matters? Impact on business. So let's look at the impact on the business. Why does change matters? Why do we have to change from transactional HR to strategic HR? What is the impact on business? All right. What impact will it have on your current business? Maybe you are even a consultant, or you work you are the forefront of any business. What would the impact be on the business that you work with? So let's look at my screen. I wrote here that modern organizations ask HR to contribute to agility, retention, and productivity. So now, as times are changing, different expectations are being doled out for HR. So there is what is needed. I've worked in different companies. I've worked with young and vibrant companies, and I've worked with people that are very traditional. So I see how they think. But when you work with a modern company, you would see what they're asking for. They want you to contribute to agility. If HR itself is not agile, how will HR contribute to agility? There are some persons on this call, your mindset is, this is how it has been done, we must continue to do it that way. No, that's not correct. That's not going to give you the relevance that you need in your career. As HR professional, you must be agile. I tell my students, and I tell people that I work with, I said, HR is not black and white. The fact that it is like this on paper doesn't mean we must be dogged with it. We can find a way. That's why it is human resources or people management. It is first human. It is first people before the whole transactional activities. You must first look at how it impacts the people first and the business. So agility is very needed. So they demand it. So as HR, how do you drive agility in the workplace? That's from the place of strategy. So you're not asking yourself, what can we do? How do we ensure that this is done? How do we ensure that we become agile? What about retention? What can we do to retain people? What are the strategies we can bring on board? What can we do to retain people? How do we get the right data? Why are people leaving? What's making them leave? Not just hearsay. You want to do your own research. You want to find out what is going on. Even productivity. How can we get people to be more productive in the workplace? All right. I was working with a client recently, and one of my findings was that the performance the performance appraisal session is just for bonus. They don't use it for letting people go, putting people on PIP. It's just there to give bonus. And I'm like, whoa, there are a lot of things happening to many businesses. And as HR professionals in-house, in the business, you must start thinking like a consultant for the business. You must get to the root cause of problems. You must find out why things are the way they are and what you can do to solve the problem long term. And how you communicate these problems and the solutions to the management goes a long way. Many of us have brilliant ideas. We have nice ideas in our head. But men, you don't know how to communicate these ideas. So you must know how to communicate your ideas to the management, to the board. Don't just believe that they should know. Assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. You can't just assume that they should know. They know, yes, but it is your job to communicate it to them. And how you communicate it to them matters whether it is well received or poorly received. If I'm making sense, please let me get a thumbs up. Let me know you are with me. Let me know you are with me. All right. Okay, so we also need to emphasize. Thank you very much. Oh, great. I see a lot of hands. Thank you so much. We also see a lot of we need to emphasize data-driven people decisions. Don't just tell me, oh, people are leaving. People are leaving. I don't know why they are leaving. We need to, and guess what? You see an HR professional tell you, MD, that's managing director, or a CEO, or whatever you call your leader in the workplace. People are leaving. I think we should start doing TGIF. That's what we call it here in Nigeria. Thank God it's Friday. More like an employee engagement, employee experience strategy. Oh, MD, can we start doing this activity? Why are you doing that activity? What will that solve? You don't just come up with an idea without finding the root cause of the problem. Every idea that you bring up, every solution you come up with must be strategically tied to the problem at hand. Not just because Deloitte is doing it doesn't mean your company should do it. It may not solve your problem. I was working in a company some years ago, and at the end of the year, the management just said, oh, let's have an hangout. Let's go to the beach. Let's do this. Let's do that. Guess what? The company spent millions of naira in Nigerian currency, millions of naira. But believe you me, when I personally had my encounter with the people were not happy with that form of engagement. They were not happy. Even though the management has spent a lot of money, they were not happy. And guess what? The HR was the one who worked with the management to implement that. But if the HR has done our assignment, all right, then I was not fully into HR. I was still more of an HR assistant. All right. If the HR has done our due diligence, because mine was just, I didn't know much. I was just, okay, let's get this done, get that done, get it done, submit this document. But I found out eventually later that people were not happy. They were not. So it is important that you carry out a survey. You ask questions. Find out the root cause of your problem before you come up with a solution. Are you with me? So you don't just come up with, oh, I think they would like this. Your solution must be data-driven. 40% of people agreed to going to the beach. 30% agreed to going to this place. 18% said they will agree if it is if they will flow with you giving them the money with finances. And then you can now come to the table and discuss. You don't go to a doctor and tell the doctor, please give me paracetamol. The doctor will ask you, what is wrong with you? The doctor wants to know what is wrong with you. The doctor will first of all diagnose what is wrong with you to know the level at which they come up with their solution. So if you go to a doctor, you don't just expect the doctor to just give you a drug or an injection or a medicine, however you pronounce it. You would see the doctor diagnose and then prescribe. The same way a human resource professional that is business minded and want to solve the problem to the root level will diagnose and then prescribe. Are you with me? So you must be data driven, and when you are data driven, you must do that to reduce turnover, to reduce costs, like turnover costs, to improve revenue per employee. How much are you bringing to the table as an employee? How do we get that from you? And to lower hiring cycle time. All of that you must put into factor. All right. Let's look at some key evidence. For example, look at this. Organizations using people analytics are significantly more likely to outperform their peers. That's very correct. I just gave you an example. Organizations that use people analytics are significantly more likely to outperform their peers. If company A is using people analytics, using data to make decisions, and company B is still running like a regular traditional company, oh, people said they are not happy. Oh, so let's do party for them. Let's throw a party for them. Because company X threw a party for their employees. You didn't ask yourself, why did company X throw a party for their employees? You have a different problem. People may be living in your company like they were living in company X, but they are living for different reasons, possibly. You don't assume, like I said earlier, assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. Lowest form. Another statistics here said that 94% of business leaders say people analytics elevate HR roles. Because when you give them your report, they like what they see. All right. And nearly half of organizations are prioritizing improving HR or people analytics capabilities. So it's a no-brainer. If you're on this call and you are not great with giving data, giving your reports in a data-driven manner, you want to change that approach. Change that approach now. Go learn about people analytics. All right. You can even start with maybe any analytical course. Maybe what's this one? I think there is one called business analytics. You can learn that. You can learn people analytics. You can learn any analytical way of analyzing information, analyzing problem. You can apply to HR. Do you get my point? So take any course that you can find. If you can't find people analytics, which is all over the place, you can go on different platforms to learn. Coursera is there, Udemy is there. There are many of them. You can even take certain courses from consulting companies that train people, and then you will get better. The better you become at whatever it is that you do, the more relevant you become in the workplace. But please take note, whatever you are good at must be relevant to the workforce, must be relevant to the bottom line of the business. And the bottom line is what? Making more money. That's what a business person is thinking. So when you are creating your data, how is it affecting it directly or indirectly? And they want to listen. Do you understand? So now, when we talk about strategic HR, what does it look like? So some person think we just come up with strategy. This is how we're going to do our thing. This is our plan. This is our goals. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how does your HR functions connect with the people and business. All right. So now, you must be business minded. As an HR professional, you must have a business mindset. Decisions framed as cost or benefit. You are making a decision, you are reporting, and then you are letting them know whether this decision, this particular solution is cost driven or benefit driven. All right. What's the ROI to the business? Return on investment. If you hire this person, what is the ROI on the business? If we set up this new department, what is the ROI on the business? Is it a cost center? Is it a reward center, a benefit center? What are the risks attached to this? How do we mitigate the risk? What plan are you putting in place? So now, as an HR, you are dropping your report, and the manager or the founder or the business owner is happy reading your reports because you are giving them what they like. If you want to get a monkey, you give the monkey banana. You give the monkey banana. If you give the monkey rice, the monkey will just be looking at you. Even though the rice is more expensive than the banana, the monkey will be looking at you. So it is important that you see things the way the founder or business owner see things. All right? Great. So when you think strategically as an HR person, you must have in mind insights first. Your report must connect with people metrics, to revenue, to customer outcomes, operational KPIs. They must connect. Your report must give insights. Not just report, even when you are discussing, when you are talking, you must be giving insights. You must your words must bring insights to the business owners. So from today, you want to tell yourself, I will not do HR the way I used to do it. If you've not ported, if you've not moved to this level of strategic HR or business-minded HR, all right, you must transition from the level of, oh, I just want us to get things done. Let's just move things the way it is being done. No, you must keep asking yourself questions. How can we do it better that can help us make money for the business? When business owners see HR, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, they are coming to collect money again. Money for party, money for this, money for that, money to buy this, to buy that. Employee wellness, we need to register in the gym. Oh, this and that. But when you give them those costs, let them know how it impacts the people and how that will generate more money for the business, so that you not tie everything to bottom line. Are you with me? You tie to the bottom line of you hear me? Hello?
Okay, yes,
Can you
you
still
can
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. While we lost you for a second.
Please confirm you can still hear me. I think I'm here alone.
Okay, Paul, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you now. We lost you for a bit, but we can hear you now.
Oh, so sorry about that. So I was saying that if you go to your leadership and you tell them, oh, we need to register our people in HMO or health insurance, or register them in a gym or whatsoever, they are thinking, oh, you are coming to collect money from them again. This is cost. This is cost. But as an HR professional who is business minded, you let them know how this initiative will impact the people and also drive the business bottom line. So let me give you an instance. You register somebody in an HR position, maybe a top performer in an HR in the gym, or the person have access to an high level health insurance with their family members. That will give them a rest of mind. That will help them to focus on the job at hand and bring in more revenue for the business. All right. And then you let the business know the cost of what you are spending on them versus how much they are bringing into the business. If a founder or a business owner sees the fact that, oh, if I spend 10 million naira, or let's say $5 million on this particular person to bring this person on board, and I can reap $30 million or equivalent of naira, or your currency, whatever currency, or pounds, all right, the business owner will be more happy to get on with that project. Unlike when you just say, we need to do this thing for this person, and then they are not seeing how they are making profit from it. So you want to ensure that whatever you are bringing on board is tied to the business bottom line. All right. And you must ensure to become a trusted advisor to your business. All right. So we need to run very fast. I want to give us more time to prepare for the next session. So what are the core HR skills you must develop? I've spoken at length about this. You must develop business acumen, basic finance. You must learn the basics of finance as an HR professional. Don't just leave it to finance guys. All right. Learn the basics of finance so you know how to communicate. Unit economics. You must know all of that. Data literacy and analytics. You must know how to analyze data. We have a number of AI tools that can help you with that today. All right. That can help you analyze this. You can even take a particular document, put it in your, maybe in ChatGPT or Google Gemini or the likes of them, or DeepSeek, and say, analyze this document for me. And then you sit there, and then it brings it out for you. You go through it again to be sure that it has not analyzed rubbish anyway. So you must be able to go through it again. So that way, your work, you are able to give the right report. You're able to make the right decisions. You are able to contribute meaningfully to the business beyond just transactional HR. You are a leader. You must start seeing yourself as a business leader. All right. You must learn storytelling with numbers. You must learn to tell stories. Look at what I just shared with you earlier about the person you are bringing on board, getting the personal level insurance so that the person can focus on the business and drive more profit for the business. Then I show you how much we are spending on the person, and I show you how much we are making for the business. And then as a business person, you're like, I like this. I think I want to invest in this, because every business person, it is buy and get, give and take, buy to sell. So I'm buying your time as a professional. Okay, this is what I'm getting from the time I'm buying. So you want to let them know what they're investing and how much they are getting back in return. And you must own your consulting skills. Whether you are working in-house or externally, you must own your consulting skills. Problem diagnosis is something you must learn. You must learn solution design and then measurement of your solution. Once you are, if you have rolled out a solution, you want to measure it. How well are you with the solution? How well are you progressing? Don't just roll out a solution and then go to sleep. You are following up with the solution. Where are we? Who is supposed to do this? Why haven't we done this? You can even have people under you that can be doing that. All right. But you must own your consulting skills. You must own your data literacy and analytical skills. You must own your storytelling with numbers. That will help you in your reports and presentations. All right. And you must own your business acumen, basic finance. All right. And unit economics is okay. All right. Very quickly. So for data reporting, what leaders want, I'll just read this so that you can get it. So link people metrics to business metrics. All right. Sales, customer satisfaction, production, uptime. How does it align with people metrics? Use demographic, your dashboard, maybe with 3 tiers. Some can also give a leadership snapshot, or we call it executive snapshot. So when you create your report, now let me give you this gist. When you create any report, as a business owner or a managing director is not interested in your long notes. They are not interested in you having 10 pages of materials. They don't have the time to go through it, except it is money document. So you want, and because of how they see HR to start with, except the manager or the MD or the CEO is very enlightened, and not every CEO is that enlightened to be patient with HR coming with 10-page documents. So you want to ensure that whatever you are giving to them is something that they can see within the shortest possible time. Maybe a one-pager. You can come up with a pie chart, a diagram, just to ensure that the report is very enticing and very insightful, and they can make decisions with that one-pager or two-pager marks. And if they are interested in more, you can now give them the 10 pages, the 10 pages document. Do you get my point? So you must learn to manage your CEO, your CHRO, your managing director. You must learn to manage people above you, people that are top decision makers, so that you can get your initiatives sorted. All right, use dashboard, one for executive snapshot, HR operations, and the likes of them. Okay, great. So please let me know if you are still with me. Are you still with me? Oh, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So your reports, as an HR professional, you must have monthly reports. Some HR professionals, you wait until the leadership asks you to tell them what is going on before you tell them what's going on. No, you must develop the habit of sending monthly executive reports. Weekly, you must check weekly pulse, ask questions weekly. All right. You can send them updates weekly, just let them know what's going on, to find what they think about what is going on. What you're trying to do is just like during performance appraisal. Most companies do the performance appraisal once in 3 months. All right, that's quarterly. Some twice a year. But there's something we call performance checking. Once a month, you just check in with your guys, what's going on, so that you can correct what is necessary before the appraisal. Same thing, you must check your leaders' pulse. You must send them updates, ask them questions weekly. Don't be far from your leaders. I know some HR professionals, they are like, oh, let me just run away from my leadership. Whatever they need, when they need me, I would get fault with them. No, be their friend, be their person, be the person they run to for advice, because you are like the advisor when it comes to people, and you have the greatest asset under you, and that's the people. You have the greatest asset, that's the people. So you must be their friend, you must be their advisor. All right. And you must also advise them on anything business when in areas that it concerns the people. So you don't just leave them to reach out to you. Reach out to them, give them suggestions, be that person that they want to listen to. HR has gone beyond, oh, we just do payroll. Except you want to remain at a level. But if you want to be at that level where you are making the right decisions, where you are needed at the table, you must become that advisor that they're looking for. All right, so we're wrapping up. So very quickly, you must learn to transform your ideas to business cases. You must learn to do that. I've explained that before now. All right, so let me just read through my slides so you get a glimpse of what I was saying again, for those who may just be joining us. So problem definition, you must ensure that your problem definition is business metric affected, business metric related. How does the problem affect the bottom line? How does the problem affect operations? How does the problem affect the business? People are leaving, and so what? But you let the management know people are leaving and it is difficult to get new people because there is talent war out there. And if you don't get people, it will affect business. We'll keep losing money because this particular role that is vacant is the one responsible for XYZ. And if this is not filled in the shortest possible time, between 1 month and all of that, we are going to be losing money. We will be less efficient in this area of the business, and it will affect us as a business overall. You must learn to know how to connect the problem to business metrics. All right. You must also do what we call root cause analysis. What is the root cause of a problem? Don't just tell me people are leaving. Why are they leaving? Is this salary? And people that are leaving, how old? What is their age range? What level are they in business? You can use it to predict and then solve the problem. When you do your exit interviews, what do? Some people do exit interviews just for the sake of, oh, when people are leaving, it's important that we do exit interview. No, you must find out, use that particular tool to find out the reason people are leaving. Because of our time, I'll move very fast. Proposed intervention, what will HR do? Financial impact, what is the impact of it on business financially? What is the cost? How much are we saving? What is the revenue lift? How will it help us productively as a business financially? And what are your measurement plan? Do you understand? All right. So let's look at it. We have a case study that I want to quickly look at. Boluwatife, I will need your help with that case study. I'll drop this now. I'll stop presenting, and I would. I think the case study is in the resource section, so I'm bringing it to the stage. Boluwatife, are you there, please?
Yes, I'm with you, definitely with you.
Okay, so I'm bringing it to the stage. Okay, good. It's on the stage now, and I will need you to quickly read as quickly as possible so that we can wrap
Okay.
up the session.
All right. So, case study: HR as business partner at Dangote Group. Introduction: the Dangote Group, one of Africa's largest conglomerates, operates across cement, sugar, salt, fertilizer, oil and gas, and other industries, employing over 30,000 people across Africa. As the company scaled rapidly into new markets, HR was initially positioned as an administrative support function, but the challenges of expansion, talent shortage, and rising costs revealed the need for HR to evolve into strategic business partner directly tied to business outcome. Before the transition, old HR reality, administrative focus. HR mostly handled payroll compliance and routine recruitment, reactive workforce planning, reactive workforce planning. Oh, okay, I'm still here. Okay, reactive workforce planning, manpower gap often delayed plant operation because HR was not involved in early business planning. I expatriate dependency, heavy reliance on expatriate increased cost and limited opportunities for local talent, weak career pathway, skilled engineers and technicians had limited career progression, causing high turnover. Descriptive reporting only. HR report focused on activities, e.g., hires, training sessions, but not linked to productivity or cost. The shift to business partnering. First, proactive manpower planning. HR began collaborating with leadership 2 to 3 years before new plant launches to forecast and prepare talent needs. Second, talent development via Dangote Academy. Establishment of Dangote Academy provided technical and leadership pipeline, training thousands annually. In 2024 alone, over 353,000 training hours were recorded, over covering graduate trainees, engineers, and managers. The third one, data-driven retention strategy. Okay.
Okay, good.
Um, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Data-driven retention strategy. I'm trying to get where I was. Sorry. Okay.
I can go back.
Yes. I'm really trying to get where I was. I think I've
Okay,
not
good.
gotten here. Okay. So data-driven retention strategy. Okay, now go forward. Let's see. Okay. HR used attrition data to discover the turnover. That turnover was driven more by lack of growth opportunities than compensation. Clearer career progression framework and competency model were introduced. Four, business case mindset. HR proposal shifted from generic training requests to business cases showing ROI, cost savings, and reduced downtime. Example, developing local engineers internally proved cheaper and more sustainable than relying on expatriates. After the transition, business impact, operational efficiency, plant launched on schedule with prepared local staff, cost savings, significant reduction in expatriate hiring, saved the business millions annually, retention gains, independent study confirmed continuous training and leadership commitment significantly improved retention at Dangote. Productivity boost, less downtime due to more skilled and committed workforce. Leadership credibility, HR and a trust in business
Trusted role.
expansion. Okay, trusted role. Okay, a trusted role in business expansion planning and new reports.
And now
Measurable.
reports measurable
Okay, and
impact.
now reports measurable impact tied to revenue and something is covering that side. And
Revenue and efficiency.
okay, revenue and efficiency. Okay, conclusively, Dangote's experience proves that HR's relevance lies not in administration, but in solving core business problems by aligning manpower planning, talent development, and analytics with the bottom line. HR evolved into a strategic business partner driving growth, efficiency, and competitive advantage.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that. So, friends, you will agree with me. Let me put back my slide. We're wrapping up already. Okay. So, just give me a moment. It's coming back on. All right, great. So I have to just move it to where we are. All right. So you will agree with me that for Dangote, it took Dangote HR to transition from the regular. You can go to resources, it's in the resources. Uh, you will see a particular icon. The last one down is resources. You can go through it. So you see that they had to change from what they used to do to become very relevant. All right. So let me just quickly wrap up here. So I gave you an example here just for us to have an insight into what I'm talking about. So you can before we go, I please ensure you go through the case study. I had to bring that up. And normally I like to spend time on my case study, but because we don't have the time for it, so we just have to go ahead with that. So please go through the case study again at your personal time and get lessons. That's why I asked Buluwatife, the uncle, to go through, read it out for us so that we can listen and learn the lessons. All right. Normally we'll have engaged on that. So, but thank you very much for your understanding. So look at this work example that I gave here. Reduce 30% voluntary turnover in sales. So the problem, high turnover in sales, customer churn is leading to customer churn and hiring costs. Root causes, we're able to find out that it is low onboarding, unclear role success profile, and weak incentives. What was the intervention from HR? Targeted onboarding programs, role-based scorecards, and commission review. All right. So we did our research and we found out about this. Then the financial case estimates saved hiring and ramp costs and I wrote preserved actually, and preserved revenue. So presented to the management, show 6 to 12 months payback. And then the measurement is now 90-day retention, time to ramp, and revenue per rep. So now this may not work for your own business. Your own business may have a different approach. All right. Yours may be turnover in the operations department. It can be anything. So do your research first and come up with a solution that work. Go identify the problem, go to the root cause, and then come up with your intervention. All right. And your intervention must be tied to business bottom line. All right. So people analytics that makes sense. You must ensure that whatever you are bringing to the table is aligning with the business. For example, predictive attrition models to target retention programs. So look at what I shared earlier. I shared with you earlier that, okay, you can make your findings, and then you can predict the future. Why are people leaving? Oh, this is why they are leaving. At what range, at what level, at what grade, at what pay band are they leaving? Oh, this is why they are leaving. Oh, when we don't increase their salary in 3 months, they get tired and they leave. So when you know the root cause, you can create a predictive and attrition model to target retention programs. So you can have programs for people in that range or people in that particular department, people in that group. Maybe they are entry level, maybe they are senior persons, because HR is about looking for problem and solving it. Don't remain in how things are done. Be the one who's always challenging the status quo. sales performance analytics to improve hiring and incentives, learning effectiveness tied to productivity gains. How will L&D increase their productivity? How will it make them contribute to the business bottom line? Or is it because they need to learn and that's all? No, that's not correct enough. You must be able to tie what they are doing. Why are they learning? Why do you recommend this training? Do you get my point? So you must work together with their line managers, with individuals to know what exactly they need, and now it ties to the business bottom line. Then we have workforce planning. Careful. We have workforce planning aligned with business demand forecast. All right, friends. I wouldn't know if there's any question, and I would like to stop here. You will have the. I don't even know it's 50 minutes already. You'll have the slides. I hope you have the slides. Go through the slides. If you have any question, please let me know at this point, and I will do well to. I think there are questions.
All right,
Good.
I'll just take
Good.
it up from here
All
so
right.
that
Great.
yes, thank you so much for that amazing masterclass. I would like us to just also appreciate Paul for that masterclass. If it's been very insightful for you, just like it was for me, I really learned. Thank you, everyone. I really learned how to move from just being traditional or transactional to being a strategic leader. How to rightly position yourself to being a strategic leader and a strategic HR business partner. You think the way the CEO thinks, have the mindset that is business oriented. Don't just think random, don't just think activity, but strategy, and how you can transform that strategy to results. All right, thank you, Paul. I could go on and on because my book is actually filled up, but because of time, and I also like to entertain other questions. All right, so I have a question here from Sophia rather. She says, how can we move from admin, all right, from administrative work to strategic work or being strategic? If one is at an entry level role, all right, what is one thing they should prioritize right now? So you're trying to move from administrative to
Okay.
strategy. Yeah.
All right. So when you are you join the HR department, you will still definitely be getting to do the admin duties. All right. It depends on the company structure. The structure of a company may mean that when you are joining in, you are getting to run around to learn about the department because I don't even expect you to jump into start advising management. That's too early. All right. So what you need to do is to learn the ropes of the business. So you are at a different level. All right. Ensure that you are learning the ropes of the business. While you are learning the ropes of the business, as it relates to HR, right, you must know about the business that you are in, whether you are entry or not. Know how your business make money. Know how these things work. All right. Build relationship with people from other departments, people in finance, people in legal, people build relationship. Start building yourself. All right. Start building yourself. Start reading, and again, find a mentor. All right, I mentioned like four things. Find a mentor that will mentor you in this direction. All right, learn the ropes of the business. Whatever you are asked to do that as well. All right, and keep learning, keep growing, and in no time you will discover that what you'll be able to achieve as an entry level person. Some persons have been there for the past 6 7 years. You may know so much than they do. And guess what? When there is a let me put it this: when there is an opportunity to contribute to the business, maybe in an HR meeting, you will contribute from a very strategic point of view. And that's a good one for you for being a newbie. All right. So do well to ensure that you are growing, you are learning, you are reading, you have a mentor. All right. And then you are doing your best to become the best. I think that is enough, right? But if you want more explanation, we can always connect after now to go into that. Does
All
that work
right.
for you, please, Sophia?
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that response. And just a follow up to that, I know we'll have to end this session now. But then, what HR processes can be automated to free up time for more strategic activities than you just being administrative? What processes can you automate to
Okay,
free up
good.
time for strategy?
Good. If you are the kind of person that don't have people that can do it for you, maybe you have a LinkedIn. A lot of things can be automated. Emails can be automated. All right. You are not on seats. You can automate your email, and even at that, there are tools. Some email like Zoho email now. I think they are connected to an AI. Many emails now have they are now connected to AI tools. such that when you want to reply on a particular thing, you just write what you want to reply and tell the AI to help you draft a format, an email, and then you go through it and then you send. All right, you can do all of that. So you can also automate. Even you can automate payroll at some level. All right, maybe not through from end to end, but you can automate it at some level. All right, you can automate learning and development. You can automate that. You don't have to be the one now watching these things, getting people to. You can automate reminders. You put that, you set it, put a date, reminders and all that. All right, and before you know it, people are actually are being followed up on. Anything that has to do with follow up, automate it. Anything that has to do with writing documents, or just use AI to help you out while you go through it and analyze, so that you are not just doing garbage in, garbage out. All right, these things are there to help us. They are not there to rule over us, but we're there to rule over them and use them for our own effectiveness. All right, I don't know if I answered that because of our time.
Thank you so much, Paul. Please, can we just appreciate Paul in the chat section? You could just put in nuggets that you got from this session.
Thank you,
Thank
Paul.
you.
Thank
I
you.
can see the loves, a lot of appreciation is going out to you, Paul. Thank you for that amazing session. And definitely
Thank
you
you.
could still connect with Paul, right? You could still connect with him on this Emit platform, or you could connect with him even on LinkedIn and any other platform that you wish to connect with Paul. Thank you everyone for joining.